Sussex County Bureau Chief Evan Koslof joins us live from the cemetery tonight. And Evan, the victim's age also makes this assault even more troubling.
The victim is an 82-year-old man, and he was here at this part of the cemetery right here. He was leaving flowers, and that's when it all happened. Neighbors said that the victim, after being shot 2 times down this dirt path, came down pleading for help before ending up right here on this curb. It all happened right here at the Big Sissy's Bar and Grill, which you can see behind me. They got a call asking for $1,036. Underneath the Indian River Inlet Bridge, you get an idea about just how powerful these waves are. And these waves are not even during a storm. Most have defined this as a shakeup. Some will pay more in taxes, some will pay less, and some will pay the same. And this is how the contest works. You go to the Mobility Awareness Month website and click on the Vote Now button in the top right corner. There you'll be able to search by state, and that is where you can vote for Jared. And from 50 feet in the air, you could really get a great view of what we're talking about here in Rehoboth Beach. Take a look out at the boardwalk. And so we went on the hunt to see just how big this price difference really was. I went inside this Walmart in Georgetown to find the cheapest beef product for $5.98 per pound. Meanwhile, this pack of chicken went for just $1.31 per pound. And just listen to the amounts of some of this overtime payment. $91,000, $89,000. $59,000. Greeted by a lock, how one access point at the Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge is shut down for this summer. Here at the Manor Middle School, there's a lot of commotion going on. Lots of people are going to vote in the 2 booths here. And just as with the old City Hall, the new one would be attached to the Convention Center, seen here behind me, but it's still very early in the process, so a lot could change. 10 to 15 years ago, there would have been people lined up out this door into this lobby. Today, it's pretty quiet. And times have changed. This is what they used to deal with. They would sign this stack of papers and then put it in the mail. Now, they do it all digitally. They sign this and then send it electronically. And Wheatley says the concerns are twofold. Obviously, abandoned homes like this one can be an eyesore, but more than that, he says it could be a safety issue. Many of the doors are unlocked, and he doesn't want people going inside. In response to all these complaints, State Representative John Atkins from right here in Millsboro wrote this letter right here to Senator Tom Carper. In it, he asked for some funding for these dredging projects. They said they would help out with commercial waterways, but not recreational ones like this one. And it's been a day of tears and emotions here, and the centerpiece of it all has been this memorial right here. Literally just now, somebody just dropped another flower. And these pierced tires are costing some serious money to replace. Right here, this one costs $160. The entire exchange happened here in this parking lot right here, and here's what police say happened. They say that the couple drove here separately in 2 separate cars, and then the husband shot his wife twice before turning the gun on himself. A tow truck pulls away 2 cars from the clubhouse parking lot of the Bayview Estates development after the drivers of these cars were found dead early this morning. These investigators responded to the scene, calling it a murder-suicide, saying the bodies belonged to a 63-year-old man and his 53-year-old wife, both dead from bullet wounds. Meanwhile, from down the road, neighbor Brenda Burrell overlooks the lot. She says her husband found the bodies and called the police.
This is terrible. I still can't believe it. Usually this doesn't happen around here. We don't have that much crime.
And it all happened right here in this part of the parking lot. Still, right now, you could see some pools of blood and some hair, although they have tried to clean it all up. Neighbors said they drove around about 20 to 6, and they saw the bodies lying here.
Very nice people.
Neighbor Carl Chicolte knew the victims. He says the neighborhood is typically a calm and tranquil place, which makes the incident that much more shocking.
It shakes you up a little bit. I mean, I was talking to a couple of neighbors, and it says, oh my gosh, it make you sick to your stomach to know that something like that can go on. But it happens all the time, but you never think it's going to happen in your community and someone that you know. It's an extra shock.
Right now, police have not released the names of the 2 victims. They say they'll do that once they contact the family. Reporting live in Sussex County, this is Evan Koslof, WBOC News. Back to you guys. It's going to be about 4 to 6 weeks. That's what they're expecting before this phase of the project is completed. And the big date to pay attention to is May 15th. That's when they say these lanes will all be open and ready to go for summer traffic. Slow down or stop. Those are the only options flagger Devin Shepard's providing to Route 26 drivers. How's it looking so far?
Oh, it ain't looking too bad out here today, man. Thinking we got a pretty good work crew out here. I'm fairly confident we'll keep the traffic flowing.
And it's flowing, just not very fast. This is day 1 of closures in the Route 26 widening project, something that's going to last about 3 years. From now until tomorrow or Wednesday, there will be just 1 lane open in this area. After that, it will jump up to 2 lanes open for a month and a half as they relocate a pipe in the road.
Hello, Treasure Quest.
Bill Winkler of Treasure Quest Shop says he's worried this will hurt business.
They may come one time and they're going to say, that's it. I'm not going to come down for the next 6 weeks or until it's over with.
And if you're driving on Route 26, then this is the situation you're going to see. Bumper to bumper traffic, at least for the next couple of days. And I talked to some of these drivers inside. They're not enjoying this. What's it been like driving on this road?
Slow. Just slow, that's all. Just got to have patience.
And his drivers wait and wait and wait. They'll need it. Yeah, and back out here on Route 26, there is one area that will have consistent closing. Here behind me to my left, you'll see Central Avenue. You'll be able to drive up to the intersection to access the businesses. However, you won't be able to cross over Route 26. Reporting live in Sussex County, Evan Koslof, WBOC News, here in Ocean View. In the Postal Service credo, it says that neither rain nor snow nor heat nor gloom can stop them from delivering your mail. But fire? That could get a little bit in the way. Fire rips through a postal truck. It's far from a typical scene on a quiet street in Lewis Monday as fire trucks race to put out the flames.
Won't just close, you gotta.
Neighbor Bob Rice was there.
I saw the mailman, he's running around. I said, what's going on? He said, I called 911. He said, they're on their way. I said, okay. And meanwhile, this thing started popping and banging. The tires were blowing out. And he says, I just filled it to the top with gas.
And take a look at this. Molten metal literally melted to the ground, and along with glass and screws and various other parts of the truck, that's all that was left after it was towed away. And long after the flames were extinguished, people are looking for their mail. The Postal Service tells WBOC the truck makes 700 deliveries on that route, and about 400 of them were lost. One of those deliveries was on its way to Frank Payton from Technogoober. The company says it lost about $3,000 worth of checks coming in, along with a brand new computer.
Yesterday, we still hadn't received a PC, and one of our clients were inquiring about it. And when we checked on the tracking number said, pick it up at the post office. Hey, Brian, I talked to somebody this morning.
A quick call to the post office, and Frank learned the wreckage was available for pickup. And so we left the building, jumped in his car, and made our way over. And here's what we found. What are we looking at here?
We're looking at one of Technogoober's brand new Dells that we just ordered to upgrade them from Windows XP to Windows 7. And
You think it's going to work?
I don't think so, and I don't think Dell is going to cover this under warranty.
But we tested it out, and remarkably,
No, it didn't.
Yeah,
It turned
it's
on.
turning on.
it turned on.
In our industry, we always like to try different things to see how technology reacts to certain things, but we never thought about actually setting something on fire, so this is definitely a first for Technogoober.
Now, just to give you a couple more details, if you also lost mail like this, you could pick it up here at the Annex in Rehoboth Beach. We'll have some details on where exactly that is on our website. Reporting in Sussex County, Evan Koslof, WBOC News in Rehoboth Beach. A couple people still remain flying kites here, but earlier today there were hundreds of kites and thousands of people, and now that they're all done flying their kites, they're heading into town to spend some money. As festive music resonates, kites fill up the skyline. A blue and yellow pelican soars. A gigantic Garfield floats. A turtle maneuvers through the air, and whatever this is, well, it does this. This is one of the smallest kites I've ever seen.
This is a small frog kite, which was purchased for under $2.
That's Lindsay Levis of Lewis showing that size isn't everything at the Delaware Kite Festival. Big kites, small kites, the skyline shows them all.
This kind of marks our beginning of the spring, and we get really excited to come every year. The kids are off. This is their first day off from spring break, so we try to come every year.
But as the strings let loose, this is more than just a good time. Betsy Reamer from the Lewis Chamber of Commerce says it's a tremendous boom to the economy.
They're from Pennsylvania, they're from Maryland, they're from DC, and we have people that come every year. And they come and they stay in the hotels, they go to the restaurants, they bring business to our area, and after the long winter we've had, it's very nice for the businesses to have all the people here.
Meanwhile, judges took notes. Pikachu did pretty well. But the main attraction was Lily, probably the youngest competitor on the course.
She's 9 months.
9 months. Oh, she likes the microphone.
Don't eat that.
And when she wasn't eating the kite, she did pretty well. A lot of kites and a lot of money for Sussex County beach towns. When it was all said and done, the Chamber of Commerce of Lewis said that there were more than 3,000 people that came here. Now they're out eating, drinking, and gassing up here in Delaware. Reporting in Sussex County, Evan Koslof, WBOC News in Lewis.